Good morning, everybody. My name is Nathalie Paquet and I will be your webinar moderator today. Welcome to this 1010 webinar on soft skills for TC officers. To guide you through this presentation, I'm here with two colleagues from CCMC. On the one hand, Cinzia Misiroli, who is head of the unit Sustainability and Services. And secondly, Geert Maas, who is head of the unit Industry and Infrastructure. I think that Geert is starting the webinar, so Geert, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nathalie, for this kind introduction. First of all, we would like to start with a small disclaimer. We are not experts in soft skills, we are not professional communicators, neither are we coaches. The aim today is just to emphasize how standards making is more than technical work only, and that applying soft skills is equally important. So let's first start maybe with the task for TC officers. TC officers, chairs and secretaries are there and they have to drive the work in the TC. They need to make things happen, build bridges to reach consensus, connect the dots between the different points of view. And they have to do all this while maintaining strict impartiality, and they have divested from any national point of view, and they have no voting rights. So to reach all this, together with being an effective communicator and a competent manager, you also need to have certain qualities that we seek in chairs and secretaries. So the ability to lead and listen, to assimilate and evaluate complex information, see all sides of the argument, to be able to reconcile opposing arguments, forge consensus, and to win and maintain the respect of colleagues here are key elements in reaching this. Now, okay, I'm sorry, we have some echo here. Now, can I continue? Because I have a lot of echo. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry for this little technical hiccup. I'm sorry for this little technical hiccup. I don't exactly know what is happening. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay. In general, to reach quality standards, we assume we just need good project management, where we manage a balance between scope, resources, and schedule or time to reach a quality product. It's all about hard skills, facts, and figures, and that you see reflected here in the classic project management triangle.
Yes, Gerd, but we should not forget about some of the key values of standardization that have to be kept in mind when leading a TC and a working group. And these are respect, openness, consensus, transparency, effective representation, among others. Furthermore, in order to ensure the effective and successful development of quality standards, three other elements are equally important, and these are knowledge, attitude, and skills. Knowledge are facts, informations, and skills acquired through experience or educations. Attitude that are a state of mind, mindset, and a settled way of thinking and feeling about something. So it's the way we approach a certain things or fact. And then we have skills. And skills can be divided into hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills are the ability to do something well, are teachable abilities of skill set that are easy to quantify. For example, being proficient in a foreign languages, having typing skill, having a specific degree or a certificate, being able to program a computer, etc. And then we have soft skills that are much harder to quantify. And soft skills are a combination of interpersonal, people skills, social skills, communication skills, character traits, aptitude, career attributes, and emotional intelligence, among others. And those skills do not depend on acquired knowledge. And these include, for example, having a common sense, the ability to deal with people, maybe also difficult people, to have a positive, flexible attitude, to be able to do some good time management.
Indeed, Cynthia, and one of the examples we can take here is the reaching of consensus. If we first have a short reminder of the definition of consensus, it is a general agreement characterized by the absence of sustained opposition to substantial issues by any important part of the concerned interests and by a process that involves seeking to take into account the views of all parties concerned and to reconcile any conflicting arguments. This is an official definition that we find back in an ISO and IC guide, and it entails the application of a number of soft skills. So we have seen here that we have to agree to objectives, agree to the need for benefits of the consensus process. We have to share. We have to agree to criteria, discuss and listen, summarize, etc., etc. This is far more than pure technical knowledge. Soft skills and the right personality and attitude are key to reach consensus. This could be illustrated by a bad example on respect and openness. We have a member can get his will through, we will all recognize this, being alone in his position, refusing to yield. And then this person starts to attack people against any proposal that was discussed. And when asked to calm down by the chair people and try to be more helpful, verbal attacks commenced on a personal basis. And this repeatedly. And that this can be humiliating, frightening, and causing huge stresses. This is a live example given to us by a TC officer. How to tackle this, Cynthia?
Yes, indeed. In order to deal with difficult people, and not only, in order to ensure the smooth running of a meeting, soft skills might help. And here are a few tips. Be firm but fair. So go for being respected rather than being liked. Be clear and structured on the purpose of the goal and the goal of the meeting that you are running. Be and stay calm. Remember, you choose your emotion. Allow others to be emotional during the discussion and help them to calm down. Be firm in asking for willingness to compromise. You know, the key aspect of the work of a TC and within a working group is to reach consensus among all the parties. Ask good, open question and listen. Closed question just shut down the conversation, and this might be used in case of difficult people. Otherwise, always try to have open question that allows people to interact. Be prepared to interrupt politely if need be, and invite others to contribute, especially when there is somebody that is monopolizing the discussion. Always interrupt with empathy and acknowledgement. Regularly summarize what was said during the discussion. These help in ensuring that everybody has the same understanding of what was said during the discussion. Ask for people's idea and make them solve the problem. You know, there is a saying that says that make them feel important, so that make them contribute and came out with ideas that can help solving the problem and help them focus on what their biggest problems are. Finally, socialize with all the participants. It's important to understand their motives and position. You can also bring discussion to an end if they do not lead to conclusion within a reasonable time, and propose compromise solution or postpone discussions if necessary, and decide to interrupt briefly the discussions and take a break if you see that the discussion becomes too heated. Let the steam blow and allow side discussion that could ultimately solve the problem. Remember always to recognize, prize, motivate people, and answer and acknowledge everybody's intervention. At the end of the day, and as a matter of fact, it's all about communication and understanding that we all have different opinions and different way of seeing things. If we want to be successful in persuading others, we need to think about the way we communicate with them and their perception of us. Therefore, it's important to consider the word we use, the tone of our voice, and also the tone that we use in written messages, as well as the body language and the way that we interface with other people. Finally, in order for you to be a good communicator, and also to be, in order for you to be more confident in your role, it's important that you know the tools that are at your disposal. So know the electronic platforms that help you distributing the document, know the rules and procedures that define the way standards are developed. Know the relationship that we have with ISO and IC for specific topic, and as well as understand what type of support you can get from your national standardization body and your national committees, as well as the one that you get from the CEN and CENELEC Management Center. Do you need further help? Please don't hesitate to contact your national standardization body or your national committees. They always provide trainings, guidance and support. We have included here a few examples of trainings that are provided by our members, for example BSI and Standards Norway, but all our members do provide this type of assistance and support to TC chairs and working group conveners, so do not hesitate to get in touch with them. Finally, a few key learning points. Remember that you make things happen, but you have to do so in an impartial way. You have to be neutral in leading the discussions. Soft skills are as equally important as hard knowledge. So the way we do communicate with people, we interact with people, we intervene during the discussion, and we make sure that there is consensus at the end of a meeting. Remember always to foster the standardization value that we has have indicated are the one of openness, transparency, inclusiveness. As you know, it's important to listen to the opinion of all stakeholders involved, because if they do participate, they all have an interest and can have a positive contribution for the development of the standards. Ensure open and clear communication. It's always easy to have misunderstanding among people that are sitting around the table, especially when they speak a different language, and we all do an effort to speak English, but the level of English might be also different from different experts. So always try to understand and try to clarify if there are questions that remain obscure. And of course, get support from your national standardization body and national committee. They are there to provide guidance, trainings, and anything you need in order for you to fulfill your role and to be successful in leading the discussions.